Hi, it's Amy from Technically Speaking with Amy. Today's video is going to cover the student view of Schoology. If you click on Courses, go into a course. Depending on how your teacher has it set up, you'll either land on the Materials page or the Updates page. You'll see the materials here. On this right side, you'll see upcoming assignments that you have. You'll also see calendar events. There are not any listed here right now, but you will also see any assignments that are late being turned in. We go into the week of August the 17th. The teacher has organized it by folder. And if we go into Monday, we can see the different types of things that a teacher can assign to a student. This is what we call a page. It can be just full of information. This one happens to link to actual assignments in Schoology. If I click on the Next button, this is going to be an assignment on ancient Greece. Teacher can leave directions. When you see this Submit button, there's multiple ways that you can submit an assignment. If you click Submit Assignment, you can upload a file from your computer. You can click on the audio video recording and do an audio clip or an audio and video clip. If we click on this, we click on the Start Recording button. We say whatever it is we need to answer the question, and we click Stop Recording and insert the recording. We can also click on Create and type our answer here. And we can also use the Resource tab. We can upload something from our Resource section. We can also pull in something from our Google Drive and our OneDrive if your district has given you access to that. And I've submitted that. You can also resubmit an assignment. If my teacher has given me something from her Google account, I'm going to click on My Document. It's going to bring up a copy of that document so that I have a copy of it for myself. In this case, it's a Sudoku puzzle to do, so I can drag and drop the numbers where I want them to be. When I'm done and I filled all of this in, I will click Submit, Yes, Submit, and I'm done. I can also unsubmit this assignment if it has not reached the due date yet. I'm going to go back to my Monday folder. These are what we call breadcrumbs, and they'll lead us back to the folder we need to be into. These icons with these puzzle pieces, they're the type of thing in Schoology that the system will grade it as long as there's no open-ended questions. So I'm going to go through the different question types. If your teacher has enabled some of these functions, you can use them. This first one will read the text out loud for you.
Burmese pythons, which are not native to Florida.
This allows you to highlight the, narrow down and just look at the text. So you can break down long text. And then again, if it's turned on, you can actually highlight the text that you have. There are accessibility features. So this allows you to change the color of the font as well as the background. You can change the size of the font, and then this gives you the directions on how to zoom the screen in and out. This allows you to flag and assign a question for review. And then I can go click this and it will take me to that section to show which ones I want to review. Since this is a multiple choice question type, I can click on the eliminate choices and I can eliminate any choices that I do not think are the correct answer, such as bulldog or golden retriever. Then I need to make sure that I click on the eliminate choices button to be able to select my choice. Other tools that might be available for you are the calculator, the ruler, and the protractor. This is what would be a true false, but it could be used as, multiple things, an either or, because teachers can change the wording on these two different things. They can put images in there also. This is a matching. Just drag and drop your answers. This is an ordering. You put the order of the events in the correct order by dragging them around. This is a fill in the blank. You want to make sure that you don't put any extra spaces in there. If you do, the system will mark it wrong. This is a drop down. This is a drag and drop. This is one where you type in your answer. Your teachers can give you different toolbars to be able to use up here. This is an answer type where you can just record your answer. So in this question, you would watch the video on abiotic and biotic factors and then record your answer for what is the difference. So you just click on that red button. It's going to record you. When you're done, you just click the button again. You can play it. If you did not like what your response was, you just click on the start recording button again, and it will record over your original answer. This one allows you to do a video recording to answer the question. Again, you'll just record what your answer is to the question. When you're done recording, click stop. Again, you can play and then record over again if you did not like your original answer. This file type allows you to upload any of these types of files. You just click on File Upload and it will pull up a file from your computer. This is one where it's a label image question, and for this particular one you're just going to drag and drop answers up into the picture. This is one you can kind of see how it highlights as I hover around it, and you click on the items that you want to select for your answer. This one is one where you can draw on it. You can use these different colors. I can plot my points. And what's neat about this is your teachers can watch a video of exactly what you did on the screen. This question type, you can click on the answers. Your teachers can choose to have you select words, sentences, or paragraphs as the answer. This is a math short answer, and your teachers can give you different toolbars to be able to use for however you need to be able to answer the question. This is a number line, but it could be used also as a timeline, and you're just going to drag up and place your answers where they belong. And this is a chart question, and you can just drag the bars, and you might see questions similar to this with a bar graph, but you can also see a line graph, a dot plot, a line plot, and a histogram. When you're done, you're going to click review. It shows here that I've turned all or answered all of the questions, but if I had not, then that black line would not be there. If I clicked on this, it would show any items that I had flagged. If I click this, it would show any items that I left unattempted. When I'm done, I'm going to click finish. It tells me that I did attempt all questions. Do I want to submit? I'm going to click yes. And again, I'm going to go use these breadcrumbs to go back to the Monday folder. This one is going to show you how to use those tools at the question level. So remember, we've got tools over here, but you might see it in the question. So in this one, here's the protractor. And you're just going to move that and then type in your answers into the blank. To get rid of the protractor, I just click on protractor again. This one, I've got a ruler. So your teachers can only put one type of ruler out at the question level. So if you need access to both an inch and a centimeter ruler, they may put it out here at the test level so that you can decide which one of these rulers you need to use. In this case, we need to use the inch. So 6 1/2 inches. Again, we click review and finish. I'm going to go back to my Monday folder. This is the other type in which if there's no open-ended questions, I can immediately get scores back for it. I'm going to start a new attempt. This is what the true false look like. Our multiple choice. This is what the ordering looks like. So you just grab those arrows and drag them. This, I can type in my answer. If they'd enabled the Spanish keyboard, then you just click on the letter that you need. If they're grading it by rubric and they show it to you, you can see what you're going to be graded on. This is a fill in the blank. With the matching here, you're going to type in the letter of the one that it matches to. I can check over my answers if I need to. I can return to a question and relook at it. I can go back to my review answers and then submit it. I'm going to go ahead and click on my next button. This is a discussion, and I can watch this video and then I can tell my teacher what's the one thing I learned about adding mixed numbers. If I click in the box, I can upload file, I can put a link, I can add a resource, which means that it's something that's up here in my resources, which we'll talk about in a couple minutes. I can use this audio video recording button. I've got formatting tools up here. I can insert content of a link a symbol, or I can use an equation writer. So if I need these symbols or equations for math or a science answer, I can use those. Once I post, I can click on the post button. And depending on the settings that your teacher has set up, you might not see the other students' responses until after you make your own response. And if I click on the next, this is a media album. And so what I can do is, say you're in art class and you take a picture of your project, you can upload that project here. So I click attach files, I attach it, and it goes into the album. Going down along this left side, I can click on updates. So my teacher might put announcements here. So in this case, the teacher put the agenda. So if I click on Monday, it's going to take me to that Monday folder, and I can work on all those assignments. I can click on grades, and I can see the grades for each of my assignments. I can see any comments that my teacher has given me. I can even click on the link and it will take me into that assignment. I can see my mastery based on the different standards that my teacher has tagged on questions. And I can see the members of my class. Next, if we look at groups, you might be in a group for a graduating class, or maybe you're in a group for a sport that you play. The coach wants a group to be able to communicate with you. There might be discussions. There's album where media could be uploaded. And there's resources. So maybe here we've got our back to school supply list. Under your resources, you can add folders, a file, or a link. You can also get to your group resources here. So that back to school list, instead of going to that group, I can just click on my own resources. And then I can also get materials out of my Google Drive or my OneDrive if your district has enabled that. If I click on grades, this allows me to see my grade report. I click on the different courses that I'm enrolled in and it will pull up my grades. This will show mastery for each of my classes. Again, it's going to show it by standard and if I have mastered that standard or not. This is the app section, so it will show any apps that have been added to the district for students. On the calendar, any homework or any assignments that have been given to you will show up on your calendar. Teachers might put events on here. Principals can possibly put school-wide events here. Teachers might put when you're going to have a online discussion with them, like through Teams. Next is where you can message. So you can send a message this way. You can also, if you go back into your courses, under members, you can send a message to your teacher that way. This is where you're going to see your notifications for when you've got a grade on something or when you've got a badge. You'll just get your notifications here. Under your name, you've got a profile. You'll see the badges that you've earned. You'll see a list of your courses. You'll see a list of your groups. You've got information. Depending on what the settings are for your district, you may or may not be able to edit that. You do have a portfolio that you can add materials up to. You also have a section in settings. This is one that you might want to look into. Set your home page, so you can set it when you click on the icon. Generally each district has an icon that's going to take you to the home page. You can set it to recent activity, so it's going to be like in a feed like Facebook, or if you click on course dashboard, it will show a list of your courses. So when you're in your settings, that is where you can set it at the very bottom, whether you want it to be recent activity or course dashboard, the page that you land on, and make sure you click Save Changes. Notifications. You can turn on notifications for when you want to get an email and go through each of these settings. You also have privacy settings, which your district has set. These are the ones for my district, and you can make them tighter if you don't want people to be able to see your profile and the information that you have in there. If you delete something, then it's going to show up in your recycle bin, and you can always restore it to the place that you deleted it from. So I hope this is a nice little overview of the student side of Schoology.